YouTube, how we doing? PPS here, YouTube play of the day. Two spots for you guys today. A really nice slate tonight. I actually am very excited for this one. A little better than yesterday. Obviously, we took the L yesterday on Charleston. Absolutely just terrible game. Talked about William and Mary's struggles with the three-point line and guarding that. Charleston's first half, I believe they went 1 for 7. Not very good. Obviously, I take the L on the chin there. And you just got to add it to the record and keep going. So 52-33, 15.29 units. A little better games tonight, a conference that I do like to attack tonight. If you guys could hit that like button, I really appreciate that. We're heading out to the Mountain West for both games tonight. I think these games are going to be phenomenal. So bear with me. I know these are not going to be popular ones, or at least one of them isn't. And I completely understand why, but just bear with me here and buy in with me. All right, so right here are my two plays. Over 79, team total, Nevada. Over 144 in Utah State versus San Diego State. So I know I'm betting on an over in Utah State. And I know anybody seeing San Diego State never wants to bet the over. And I understand it. They're a very, very good defense. Probably – they're phenomenal defense, right? I don't want to cut them short. But what I will say is the home road splits are unreal, right? They're almost Houston-like, right? When you look at San Diego State, right, we talk about home road a lot on the channel, and I think it's important to talk about. They're actually 61st in the country in terms of points allowed at 68. At home, I will back San Diego State till I'm blue in the face, until my wallet runs dry. I'm going to keep backing those guys. They're phenomenal. They lock everybody up. 61 points per game at home is they're allowing. They're giving up 73 points per game on the road this year. And that cannot be more important in this game tonight. Obviously, when we talk about Utah State, they're very good as well. San Diego State scores both on the road and at home, right? I mean, it's not too much of a difference. They average 74 points on the road, 76 at home. But Utah State, it's the same thing, right? It's Utah State averages 76 on the road, 82 at home. So we have a team here that likes to shoot the ball. They're shooting significantly better, shooting 38% from three over their last 3 games in Utah State. Prior to that, it was not good. They were not shooting the ball well. But when a team gets hot and they're starting to roll a little bit, we start to see those numbers creep up. And that is even counting them getting absolutely dismantled last game by 20 by Colorado State. So looking at this game, I like the over. I like the pace that Utah State plays with. Again, I will always back the home team's pace. I believe they're going to have the advantage in running the style they want to play there. I also think that Ladid will be able to pretty much do whatever he wants. The dude is just an absolute beast. There's not much you really need to say about this guy. He scored 16 in their first game. Great Ozabor, 17 in that first matchup. I also want to talk about that. We saw Utah State score 67 points on these guys, right? At San Diego State, which is a big thing there that we just talked about. And they shot terribly, guys. They did not shoot well. They shot 6 for 23 from 3, guys. San Diego State only shot 71% from the free throw line. So there was points left on the board. And I just talked about Utah State shooting the 3 ball a little bit better here, shooting a lot better at home, and scoring over 80 points per game at home. And I think Utah State will be able to score on San Diego State. We already saw it. And one thing that I was not expecting to see was just the points in the paint. They scored 32 points in the paint in that game, which is something that San Diego State is usually very, very good at, stopping everybody inside the paint. But 32 points of their 67 came from in the paint. I think Utah State's still able to work down there. I think the environment's going to be crazy. This is the 2 top teams, right? Utah State and San Diego State are tied atop the Mountain West Conference. Here, it should be fun, right? 9-4 in conference for both of them. Boise State's only half game behind. And then you got Colorado State and New Mexico a game behind them. So it's a really tight race at the top. Obviously, the bottom is pretty bad. You just beat up on Air Force, San Jose State, and Fresno. But every other team is within 2.5 games of the conference. So really close conference, really good basketball game tonight. I think that we see scoring from both sides, and I expect a little better shooting from Utah State here at home. So over 144, I think it's a good number, and I'll take this. I think it should be a little bit higher, mid or upper 140s, like 147 would be probably where I would put this. Play number 2, you guys already saw it, and I'm going to Nevada. We're going to head to Nevada versus Wyoming. And again, you guys have seen me back these guys before, and let's kind of talk about what I do, right? It's the same thing I just told you about San Diego State. I just talked about San Jose. Now they're in my head. But Wyoming is bad, guys. They are very, very bad on the road. Very bad. Just looking at, if you want to go from a points per game perspective, they're going to be giving up about 78 points per game on the road versus 76 at home. Scoring wise, it's definitely a lot different than that. But I'm really not wanting to go to a full game over because I don't trust them very much to score on the road. So I'm going to take my favorite part of this game, in essence, Nevada offense versus this Wyoming defense. Nevada, obviously one of those teams I just talked about that was towards the top of this conference, fighting for that top spot. Nevada right now, top 100 in offense and defensive efficiency. They got some absolute studs here, guys. They're going to have Blackshear, who's been phenomenal this year. And you're also playing against this Wyoming team who's just so bad away from home. Let me just take a look here at their last couple games. Obviously, Blackshear, Gerard Lucas, obviously been doing very well this year as well. Taking a look at their last couple games. They just played UNLV to a close one, New Mexico to a high-scoring affair. The one I really liked was that Utah State game, the team we just talked about. They beat Utah State and San Diego State back-to-back games. First one was at Utah State, right? And we always talk about like look-ahead matchups, and they don't have one. They're playing San Jose on the weekend, so I think they're coming full bore here. I think they're coming at them. If we look at Nevada here, I told you they're averaging about 80 points per game at home already. Blackshear has just been absolutely on one lately. And I just want to back this team and more or less just fade this Wyoming defense in this spot. If you want to look at Wyoming's numbers on the road, they scored 48 points against UNLV. They went at San Jose State and gave up 75 to them in their last matchup. That is awful. Gave up 83 to Utah State at Utah State, 77-60 to New Mexico. Went to BYU, gave up 94. Went to Portland, gave up 81. Went to Texas, gave up 86. Right? When they're going at these places, that Portland game, that is not a good look, guys. Portland is not a good offense. They run fast, but efficiently they're not very good. So I also wanted to talk one last thing here about Nevada and their three-point shooting. Nevada on the year only shoots 33% from three, 192 in the country. They shoot 38% at home, guys. It's a huge drop-off. And in this conference, we see that a lot. The home splits and the road splits in the Mountain West are crazy, especially when you get to elevation in all those spots as well. But I want to back Nevada here. I want to be on the side that I trust the most against the side I don't trust at all, and that's that Wyoming defense. And I don't want to go full game over here. I don't want to trust Wyoming to score the basketball. I think Nevada runs them out of the gym. But what I do want to make sure I grab is this number not being over 80 is kind of criminal to me. I think this should be low 80s because I expect a nice first half. And I think that this game ends up being a little bit reminiscent of the what was it? There was I was just watching one too. I think it was the San Jose game, one of the San Jose games where they keep it within like 8 to 10 until there's like 7 minutes left, and then the other team just runs them out, and they end up losing by like 20. So I want to be on the Nevada side. I want to fade Wyoming on the road. Road Wyoming is a team I definitely want to go against. If you want to back the spread, I don't mind it, but 14 is getting a little high, 14.5. So I'd rather roll with the side I want to go with, and that's the Nevada offensive side here. Let's go. We're going to roll with Gerard Lucas, and we're going with Blackshear here tonight. So Nevada, team total, 79.5, and Utah State over 144 minus 112 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Loving these spots today, guys. I hope you guys are able to forgive me for yesterday. Charleston just laid an absolute egg. But I know there's a lot of people who popped in for their first time yesterday on the show. I apologize for that. Hopefully, now that you've seen that what our record is and how we've been doing, we'll be able to cash a couple more for you guys and just keep on keeping on here. So thank you guys. Hit that like button on your way out, and we'll see you tomorrow for Pass the Prop.